Alright, and welcome to the Ultimate Guide to Transversals Level 2. Now in this one it says given AB is parallel to CD, so we can see that this line AB is parallel to CD, and we have this transversal that's cutting through both lines. It says find the measure of angle GJD. So first let's start by just identifying that. I see that from G to J to D, we're actually going to be looking for that angle. And now I gave you a little strategy in our previous video. In case you can't remember how to try and set these angles up, what can you do? What will always work? Well, you can label each angle as circle X, starting in the same positions, circle X, circle X. And it looks like here we're given a circle, here we're given an X, and our final answer is going to be a circle. So what do you have to do when you have a circle and an X? Well, remember the rule is that circle plus X is equal to 180 degrees. So in this case, our circle angle is this 8x minus 12 plus, and our X angle is this 2x minus 4, and that's equal to 180. And all we have to do is simply simplify our left-hand side and then solve for X. So I ask you, what can the 8x combine with? Well, it can combine with the 2x. So what is 8x plus 2x? Well, that would be 10x. And how about negative 12 and negative 4? Well, that would be negative 16 is equal to 180. Okay, from here, we want to get the x by itself. And what would you get rid of first? The multiplication, multiplying by 10, or subtracting 16? Well, the opposite of minus 16 is, of course, plus 16. And now at this point we have 10x is equal to 180 plus 16 would be 196. And from here we can simply divide both sides by 10. And look, that's pretty cool because we know that implicitly there's a little decimal there at the end of the 6, and dividing by 10 you just shift your decimal one place to the left. So I don't even need a calculator. My x value is 19.6. Now here a lot of students would stop, but that would be incorrect. Because remember, we're actually looking for this angle over here, GJD. And so in order to do that, we have to find the expression that is represented by an x, which is this 2x minus 4. See how we have the x right there? And so we can say, hey, you know what, 2x minus 4, where our x value is, of course, that 19.6. And I would recommend a calculator for multiplying your decimals here. Although I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be 39.2, but let's just try it out. 19.6 times 2, yep, 39.2 minus 4. And of course, 39.2 minus 4 is actually going to give us 35.2. And so we know this. We know that angle GJD is equal to 35.2 degrees. All right, let's move on to our second example. For our second example, I'm going to be doing problem number 3 from the assignment. And it says given QR is parallel to ST, so we see, okay, QR is parallel to ST. And we're given the angle UWQ, so let's see, UWQ, that's going to be 4x plus 8. Okay? And we're also given that angle TZV, so let's see, T to Z to V. Okay, so we're given that is 3 parentheses 2x minus 4. Well, from here, we have to figure out how are we going to set these up. Are they congruent or are they supplementary? Congruent means we'll set them equal. Supplementary means we'll add them up to 180, like in our previous example. Well, let's go ahead and use our circle X trick. So we can say this angle is a circle and an X, a circle and an X, a circle and an X, a circle, and an X. And from here, I actually note that my 4x plus 8 is a circle. My 3 parentheses 2x minus 4 is a circle as well. And so we know that circles are congruent to circles. And so what I get to do is I get to set these two things equal to each other. 4x plus 8 is equal to 3 parentheses 2x minus 4. Okay, oh, this could be interesting. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So I see here on this right-hand side, I can actually distribute to simplify. So I have 4x plus 8 is equal to 3 times 2x is 6x. and 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And from here, I have a variable and a constant on both sides of my equation. So let's go ahead and start by moving one of our variables. Now look, I always move my smaller variable first, but just to show you that it really doesn't matter if you're super comfortable with integers, let's move the bigger variable this time. So let's do minus 6x minus 6x. And what is 4x minus 6x? Well, that is negative 2x plus 8 is equal to negative 12. And the reason that I always move the smaller variable first is because you wind up with a positive variable here. But since we moved the larger one first, we have a negative. That's okay. And so here, what do we want to get rid of first? The multiplying by the negative 2 or the adding the 8? And what is the opposite of adding 8? Well, minus 8. Okay. And so you see, you get some negative variables here. And negative 12 minus 8 will give us negative 20. And from here, how do you get rid of the multiplication? Well, we can divide. And see, our x still comes out to be the same value it would have otherwise. X equals 10. Okay, so now that we found x, this is where this gets to be a tricky problem, because this is actually asking us to find angle UWR. Wait a second. So if I go to U to W to R, in fact, let's use a different color here. If I go from U to W to R, notice we actually don't have an expression to represent that. We do not have an x value. So what is our path here to success? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to plug this into either one of our circles. It doesn't matter which one since they are both the same. So let's use the easier one, 4 parentheses plus 8. And we see our x value is 10, and that's some easy multiplication. 4 times 10 is, of course, 40, plus 8 is 48. Okay, so I know that anything labeled with a circle, that's just a circle right there, not the number 0. I know that can be a little confusing. Is 48 degrees. And so in order for me to find an x value, what I'm going to have to do is do 180 minus 48 degrees. And notice 180 minus 48 is simply 132. 132 degrees. So this missing angle right here is 132 degrees. All right, I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see y'all in our level 3 video, I believe.